Hey everyone, it's me, and I wanted to do a little back to school video. I personally want to set some goals for myself for the new school year, and just to give you guys a little bit of context, tomorrow I'm going to be starting my senior year of high school, but also my sophomore year of college, and I'll explain that. I do a program that allows me to take college classes while I'm still in high school, and I do it full time. Also, because I was supposed to graduate early from high school. I was supposed to graduate high school last June, um, but I didn't for a number of reasons. So, basically, in terms of my classes, I only have half of a credit left in terms of required classes for high school. So besides a half a credit, my entire year is going to be filled with whatever kind of classes I want to take. I pretty much can take whatever I want, and I have that freedom. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I currently go to a community college to take all of my classes, and I'm going to be going tomorrow as my first day. So I wanted to kind of reflect a little bit about my past. I've always been somewhat of a good student. I've never really been like a straight A student. Um, I've been like at least, well, I've had different periods. So in elementary school, so maybe like first grade to about fifth grade, I did get pretty much all straight A's. Sometimes I would get like 1B, but a lot of that too is because in my school we had about 12 different subject areas, like literally, because we also had like spelling and handwriting and like kind of odd things. So a lot of times I would just end up with a B in like one of them. Like I'd have 11 A's and 1B or something. So, yeah, so I just wanted to say too that I was pretty much an A student, and then once I got into middle school, I was still a good student. I got A's and B's, but I was not really that motivated, and I wasn't really focused on school. I was more like about the popularity and the social aspects of school, and I wasn't really focused on the academic part. And then when I went to high school for my first 2 years of high school, so my freshman and sophomore year, I was also a good student, A's and B's. And I think I got a C in math during my freshman year of high school because I was taking geometry. I'm in advanced in math, so I took algebra in eighth grade, so I was a year ahead. Um, but besides that, I didn't really have anything lower than a B when I was in high school. So I don't know. I've always gotten good grades, and it's been really important to me always. Sorry, I keep like adjusting how I'm sitting, but it just was never really like the top priority for me. Like school has always come really easily for me. Getting A's and B's, I barely had to study or anything. I would just do my homework like in the morning, like before the class would start. I would do like the period before I would do my homework. And I never really like studied for tests or anything though, or did homework at night. So I don't know, it came pretty easily. I was fine with getting A's and B's and not really having to try. And then the last quarter of my sophomore year of high school, I decided that I wanted to get straight A's, and I wanted to get A's in all my classes, and I did. For the last quarter, I got an A, and I'm an A minus an A in every single class, and I was really proud and excited. And it did take a little more effort. I did have to study, but in terms of more effort, I probably put 2 to 3 hours more into school each week, and I got all A's. So it wasn't that much work in retrospect, not even an hour more a day of homework or studying. So that was good, and I felt so proud and accomplished because I was like, I can do it. I can get straight A's if this is something I want to do. And I think it's good, like having that motivation and knowing that as something that is attainable, and you feel really good when you achieve that. So then my last year was my junior year of high school, and everything kind of went downhill for me. I was going through some personal struggles. I was going through some family issues. I was kind of finding myself within all that as well. I was just going through a lot of different things. It was really an emotional roller coaster for me, but I had so much personal growth last year, but it was a wild ride. Like looking at it, I kind of was like ups and downs, and I don't know. I just my head was just not like with school, and because I last year I did college full time at the community college instead of going to high school. So it's different. It's a different environment. You know, I kind of like I looked at stuff like attendance and homework. Like in high school, I would always do those things just because, you know, if you didn't go to class or didn't do your homework consistently, like, you know, they would call your parents, or like if the principal was involved, like there was consequences, especially because I went to a pretty good high school. Like, you know, the people were pretty elite. It wasn't kind of like a school that was um, negligent, I guess. I mean, it wasn't like an inner city school. It wasn't a school that didn't have its shit together, basically. And so, you know, there was consequences if you weren't doing what you're supposed to be doing. And, you know, I didn't, and my parents wouldn't have accepted like me not doing my homework and stuff. Like I would have been in trouble. So I did all of my work and stuff, you know, like I said, I got A's and B's. I was like an average, I was above average, but like a little bit above average student and all that. And I, you know, I didn't really get in trouble or anything. So I was always on top of that stuff just because I didn't want to have to get in trouble and, you know, have my parents basically like punish me. You know, no one wants to like be grounded and all that stuff or have their privileges taken away. So I did what I was supposed to do. But, you know, once I was at my community college, you know, they don't really check on you. They don't babysit you. They don't, I mean, they'll take, some classes will do attendance, but even so, you know, if you're not there, they're not going to, you know, call mommy and daddy and ask where you were, you know what I mean? It's all really much, it's pretty much up to you in order to put the effort in. Like, you know, if you're not going to class, your professor is probably not going to do anything. They're just going to mark you absent, or if they don't take attendance, not do anything. And, you know, you're kind of the one that loses out. It's kind of up to you in terms of what you want to put into it. And because of that, because I had that freedom and I didn't have to, you know, do homework that wasn't being collected, I didn't have to go to class, all of this stuff, you know, I guess I did take advantage of it because I didn't, you know, go to class consistently. And I, you know, because I felt like, you know, I don't need to go to class. I can do this on my own and stuff, which, I mean, I could largely. It was, the only issue was that I basically kind of fell behind because, you know, while I could have done the reading and studying and stuff on my own, I wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing it. So, you know, I kind of screwed myself over, and I ended up basically taking a math class that was too hard. I shouldn't have signed up. I was going to drop the class actually a few weeks into the semester, and my parents basically didn't want me to drop it. They were like, no, you can do it. And it was just, I was really discouraged, I guess, because I kept getting C's and D's on my tests, and I just, you know, I even went to tutoring a couple times, and I don't know, I just didn't get it. So I basically just kind of quit. I just stopped going to class. I'd stopped really doing anything with the class because I was just spent, you know, emotionally. I just couldn't do it. I felt like, you know, why am I not understanding this? You know, I've never gone through really struggling in class. I've never gone through getting C's and D's when I was studying. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up failing, and it was just kind of a disaster. And then the second semester, spring semester of last year, was better. I did better, but I still got like 2 C's, you know, because I just didn't put that much work into it. So all of that stuff, just kind of, it was just disappointing to just look back on my record for last year because my GPA dropped a lot because of my failed class, and I got some C's and stuff. So I really did drop my GPA, and I don't know, now I'm very disappointed and I'm worried, you know, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you know, if I had just done my work, if I had done what I was supposed to do, if I had kept on track, I would have, you know, still had a pretty good GPA. I mean, my GPA is still good, but it's not as good as it used to be. And I, you know, wouldn't have to worry about colleges and all of that stuff. So, you know, I just basically kind of regret my decisions last year. So, yeah. So, a lot of my goals for this year. I have a lot of goals. I want to make this a successful year, and I want to really kind of use this as practice for when I really do go away to an actual university. So my first goal is to not procrastinate. I am a professional procrastinator. I tend to put things off, not do them, and I don't want to do that because you get into really bad habits, and often we procrastinate, you know, it's a cycle and you just go down and down and down, and then all your hard work that you put in is for nothing. So I definitely want to not procrastinate. I want to, you know, start studying at least 2 days before my test. I want to do all my assignments. I want to you know, basically just do everything on time, do it right, and not put everything off to the last second. So my second goal is to basically get straight A's. That is a little bit high, but like I said, I have done it. I think I can do it. You know, so that, you know, then just involves doing your work and being consistent and active and going to class and all that stuff. And along with that is my third goal, which is to have good attendance. And so my goal is to not miss any more than 2 classes for each class. So I don't want to miss any more than 2 sessions of class for each of the 4 classes that I'm taking. So that's 8 total. I don't want to miss any more than 8 classes. And finally then, my fourth goal is to be more social and talk to people more in my classes, be a little more active, participate more, and I want to just like kind of let myself out of my shell a little bit, because sometimes at school too, I just, you know, I'll kind of like be doodling or reading or not really paying attention. Like I just don't really care, and I don't really make the effort in terms of like the social part, and I want to change that. I want to, you know, put myself out there a little bit more. And so my fifth goal is also to use my time wisely at school, because I do sometimes have like breaks in between classes and things like that, and I want to, instead of like going to the computer and, I don't know, buying a bunch of junk food, like I want to use them constructively. So to do homework or read or study or do something productive that isn't, you know, just sitting there like looking at pictures of cats on Tumblr. So yeah, those are going to be my 5 goals for this school year. I'll just say the semester, I guess. And then I hopefully will do, at the end of the semester in December, I'll make a follow-up video like talking about if I achieved the goals. So thanks. I know this was long, but thanks for watching, guys. And I will see you later with a new video. Peace out.